We're tracking one big clash with two storylines right now. The clash is the Trump administration on defense after the court setbacks for those weekend deportations, and then the extreme claims to wartime powers during peace. And the Chief Justice rebutting Trump in that rare move we saw yesterday. Conservative media warning the president that breaking court orders is just too far, that it's dangerous, while a Fox News legal expert is rejecting Trump's effort to defy the courts as untenable, writing in the conservative National Review. So, the first storyline is President Trump responding to that criticism and the legal setbacks and this growing controversy with a claimed deference. Trump disavowing any defiance of court orders and pledging not to defy them in the future in this new interview.
Wouldn't in the future.
No, you can't do that.
Now, that's Trump's storyline. You cannot do that. He will not be defying court orders, he says. So this is part one, and I'm going to tell you that in a sense that is a type of good thing. Low bar, but it reinforces how there are limits, there are consequences. That Trump knows it is bad to defy court orders and bad to admit it, and it looks bad, and you don't say you might do it in the future. I'm going to show you a bit more context on that interview coming up. I just wanted to give you that key headline of him saying, no, you can't do that. But none of that means that Donald Trump is telling the whole truth here, especially if this is a situation where the politician knows the truth looks really bad. Because that brings us to the second storyline. And this one is from the Trump officials who are actually trying to wield these wartime powers during peace with no war on, where we have the flight evidence, which shows they are wielding those powers in a way that violated a judge's order. And the administration's top law enforcement official, A.G. Bondi, late today, doing an interview, that's the judge there that oversaw all this, but doing an interview and making the radical claim that federal judges shouldn't be asking questions to get the facts and evidence, shouldn't rule on federal laws like the Alien Enemies Act. Now, Bondi is an experienced lawyer. She knows that is literally a judge's job. And so I'm giving you context before I show what she said, because it is legally fact-check false. The claims she makes here late today, amidst all of this, escalate the very lawlessness that Donald Trump, I just showed you, claims to disavow.
This judge has no right to ask those questions. You have one unelected federal judge trying to control foreign policies, the Alien Enemies Act, which they have no business presiding over. The judge had no business, no power to do what he did. This judge had no right to do that.
False. The federal judge has the right and professional duty to rule on laws and federal government actions. Let's be very clear about what we just heard. What she is describing is an alternative that would be more like an autocratic system where the leader of the government cannot be held to account by any other branch of government, where their actions or wartime powers, if they claim them, simply cannot be questioned. This is Donald Trump's handpicked AG. She was the second choice after extremist Matt Gaetz. She runs the DOJ. She's suggesting and claiming she will also send more flights in violation of this order. Her lawyers at DOJ are also stonewalling the judge in this very case, which, again, speaks to the tension here. So keep that in mind as we hear, now in more context, Donald Trump's new interview remarks.
And judges
would you
that were
defy
so
a court
corrupt.
order? Because that we all know that, and that was outrageous.
I never did defy a court order.
And you wouldn't in the future.
No, you can't do that. However, we have bad judges. We have very bad judges, and these are judges that shouldn't be allowed. I think at a certain point you have to start looking at what do you do when you have a rogue judge. The judge that we're talking about, you look at his other rulings. I mean, rulings unrelated, but having to do with me, he's a lunatic.
Now, that is a Trump-style thing you just heard, but politicians can use words. They can criticize other branches of government. You can call the judge a lunatic. It's not what most presidents have done, but You can do it. What he said there, though, was that he claims, I didn't defy the court order, like I told you, and I won't do it in the future. So, again, that's storyline one from Donald Trump, and it reinforces the fact that we still live in a country where that's not allowed. There are a lot of ways that the courts can still enforce their authority, and that a heck of a lot of people around Donald Trump, I just showed you, including loud voices on the right, don't want to go full Russia or China or you name it. But compare what Donald Trump claims there to what his own aides, which again, he is empowering, the buck stops with him, what he claims to what they say they're going to do.
And judges
would you
that were
defy
so
a court
corrupt.
order? Because we all know that, and that was
I
outrageous.
never did defy a court order.
I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
And you wouldn't in the future.
No, you can't do that.
The administration may continue doing these flights?
Absolutely.
No, we won't do it in the future. Yes, we will. And Attorney General Bondi's only authority comes from being the Attorney General serving under the power of President Trump. So he is responsible for what they're saying, even if this is a accidental or deliberate, lawful cop, autocratic cop double message. Trump also assailing the judge in the case. As I showed you, the Supreme Court may ultimately have the last word here. Justice Roberts weighed in, which is a type of public pushback, but he did not say, nor should he, how he would ultimately rule. There's also reports that Trump officials want a multi-pronged, methodically planned strategy here to play out, where they'll get the court, they hope, to give Trump new, broader deportation powers with vastly fewer judicial restraints. That is sourced to the top officials. It is similar to what I've told you in our legal reporting on this very show before this got as much public attention. They are willing to lose at the lower court and push the bounds because they're hoping to get rulings out of the Supreme Court that give them more powers. Now, I can't tell you what the Supreme Court will do, but I can tell you that historically the court does not usually grant wartime powers during peace. And when the Trump administration was asked to provide specifics in the ongoing case here, which is still at the district level, about when these flights took off, the DOJ stonewalled. And they wrote, again, this is the actual thing they're doing in court, under AG Bondi, whose authority comes from President Trump, quote, continuing to beat a dead horse solely for the sake of prying from the government legally immaterial facts is not something the judge should do or they should have to comply with. And the judge has given the DOJ another day to respond, and that piece will play out. The larger thing here between these two storylines that I'm telling you about is the test that we are going through. It is a test of how much people care and whether people are tuned out. It's a test of whether people around Trump look at the signs I showed you from Murdoch's empire and other concerned conservatives. But this is also a test, and I want to remind you this, that is only happening right now at this speed with some accountability possibly because people took the administration to court. This whole thing was a weekend effort. It was the ACLU that actually brought that case in. There are other cases that are pending because of groups and citizens and lawyers who are doing the work. Some of them get a lot of attention, I would admit to you, on the news. With the amount of time we have, some of them are important. They don't always get the attention. But that's also part of the test, the people doing the work. And in a lot of parts of the country, I've also told you about how legal federalism, the idea that states have independent power, is going to be very important in these 4 years as we see these federal powers, wartime powers, being seized and tested to see what they can do, who they can grab up, who they can deport, whether those people will ever be fact-checked, whether the flights will be fact-checked. And some of that action in the states is more important than ever.